welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. So getting right into this. Happy holidays, everyone. So it's Friday, December 27th, just a couple of days after Christmas. So you know what's really so incredible to me, ironic, that Donald Trump is perhaps one of the first real atheists, or if not atheists, just non-religious persons we've ever had for president. I mean, if you want to go way back, maybe Thomas Jefferson was an atheist, and he said he was religious for political reasons, but it really is interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to segue into David Pakman, a clip from David Pakman. David has a great show today. It's called How Did Things with Religion Get Like This? So I'm just going to play a small clip. He just talks about this. Trump is not a Christian. He is, it's so incredible that he gets the support from the evangelical right. Christians, why? Okay, let me play this clip and I'll comment. Ready? David Pakman.
Really interesting email from Russell this week, who said it would be interesting to discuss that Donald Trump appears to be the first truly atheist president of the United States, but for whatever reason, it's not really being discussed, and maybe just as importantly,
Sorry for the
evangelical right-wing Christians still voted for Donald Trump.
I'm just holding up my phone.
And this is a really interesting topic because there's a few different angles to it. First of all, Trump does appear to be, at minimum, completely non-religious in the sort of dogmatic belief sense, if not an out-and-out atheist. But it's just not been part of the narrative around Donald Trump. And I would argue that the reason it's not been part of the narrative is because it's wholly irrelevant to Donald Trump's governance, and also because Donald Trump took the correct position on abortion.
Yep.
For those who vote based on religion, that is all that matters. Trump's
100%.
personal religiosity, much like Trump's personal history with women, much like Trump's personal history with all sorts of other stuff that you wouldn't think would appeal to the evangelical vote, does not matter as long as Donald Trump takes what they believe to be the correct position on the issue of abortion. So let's first go through the case for believing that Donald Trump is an atheist or agnostic or non-religious. Number one, there's really been no mention of Donald Trump's holiday plans when it comes to church services around Christmas or whatever other holiday. There's no mentions of Donald Trump's use of the White House Chapel or the Camp David Chapel. I mean, we just never hear about any of it whatsoever. Number two, there have been no references to Trump's church membership in New York City throughout his entire life, other than, I believe it was in South Carolina during the campaign, Trump said that he's a Presbyterian Protestant and that he goes to Marble Collegiate Church as often as he can, which seemed like a lie, especially since Marble Collegiate Church in Manhattan is Reformed, not Presbyterian. And most people who go to a church regularly and are religious know what the religious denomination is of the church that they're going to. It'd be sort of weird not to know your own religion. It's strange. The church also said that Donald Trump is not an active member of that church, so that just seemed like a pandering lie. George H.W. Bush's funeral, you might recall that Donald Trump clearly didn't know the religious songs and the prayers or whatever it was that was being sung. He, the other presidents and their significant others were singing those songs confidently, and Donald Trump had no clue what was going on. And that could be just Trump's general ignorance. It could be his lack of reading ability, which we've talked about. Yeah. But coincidentally, it's religious.
Do you know Trump has never read a book in his life? I've done videos on this.
When he was asked about
and he has
Bible
dyslexia
verses,
and all that,
he claimed that the Bible was one of his favorite books, along with The Art of the Deal. But when he was asked again, well, what's one of your favorite verses? He says, I wouldn't want to get into it because it's very personal.
Yeah, because he's a liar.
And I don't really want to get into specific Bible verses.
Don't people see this? He's just so full of shit.
2 Corinthians moment that made absolutely no sense. And people who know about Corinthians said, 2 Corinthians is not the way anybody who is actually familiar with religious texts would cite it. So it's actually unclear only because of Trump's ignorance, right? On the one hand, Trump might just be ignorant about religion in the same sense that he's ignorant about so many other things.
About everything.
Without actually being an atheist or a non-believer. On the other hand, if this were any other person who exhibited the characteristics I've just told you, we would say, oh yeah, that's absolutely an atheist. Now, interestingly, even if Trump is an atheist, it doesn't really seem that he would be the first atheist president. There are a number of presidents that are believed to have been atheists,
Thomas Jefferson.
even
Let
if
me
they
pause.
didn't
Okay,
say
that's
it
enough.
publicly in those words.
So it's just more of the madness about this guy's support. Like, how is Trump president? Like, everything he does, and really, I've been saying this for years, that Trump is a symptom. It's a symptom of a country that's dividing, and he's creating a bigger divide. Trump will go down in history. His legacy, we'll look back and say Trump was the great divider. The great divider when the country was like this, you know? So, I mean, you think about a character like a Donald Trump, an ignorant, incompetent, just an awful person. 2012, 2008, no way would a candidate like that. It's just, he happened to luck out. 2016. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I love it. I love David Pakman. He really is just the best. Okay. Trump, our first atheist, or at the very least, first non-religious president. And yet he has the support of the evangelical religious right. Okay. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk. Happy holidays, everyone.